How to shop on Shopify stores. So in this video, I want to share with you the journey of how you can exactly go about shopping on Shopify stores. So let's start. So one of the first things you're going to want to do, of course, when you're buying from a Shopify store, right, is you want to locate a store that's being hosted by Shopify. So for this example, we're going to use the store I located called Gymshark. So Gymshark is an active apparel, right, for wearing when you're working out. Right? So one of the first things you do when you're in a store that's being hosted by Shopify, right, is you could go ahead and browse a Shopify store, right? So for example, if I was looking for t-shirts, right, for men, then I'll select men, right, and then go to t-shirts. And then from here, I'll be able to review any product that I'm interested in, right? So I'm pretty much just browsing around inside this Shopify hosted store, right? So once I locate a product that I like, right, you'll be able to go ahead either to do it depend on the store, right? So if I was shopping here at Gymshark, right, I could just select this size medium and it will automatically add it to my cart here. Or I could go ahead and select a product, and then from here, just maybe I want to see more about the product, right? You want to learn more, so you can select a product, right, to learn more about the product, right? Maybe you want to see bigger pictures, right, as well, where you want to just see how it's going to look like, right, before you buy something from the store, right, which is always really, really good to do, right? You just want to maybe see what it matches the t-shirt with, right? Maybe you want to get these pants as well to go with the t-shirt, right? Or other products that might go well with the product as well. So it's just something to take into account when you're shopping with a store that's being hosted by Shopify, right? And then you can select here description just to learn more about the product as well, right? The size, the material being used, and just a quick description of the product as well, right? And then you could even check out the delivery and returns, right? If you're concerned about, the returns and, the policy when it comes to returns and shipping as well. So once you're happy with the product, once you're happy, let's say I'm happy with this product, right? I could go ahead if I wanted to, right, and add this, select this color this time, right? And then here I'll be able to see which which size is not in stock, right? So I can see XS, small, and XXL is not in size, right? But medium is, right? So I'll just go ahead and select medium, right, and add to bag. And now as you can see, right, I have two products in stock, right, in my cart, right, and you can even see the number 2 right here. So once I'm happy with all my shopping from this site that's being hosted on Shopify, right, I could go ahead and select the bag, right, and I could just review my bag right now just to see if I'm happy with the products, right, and I could quickly just see what might be the estimate shipping, right, as well the price here and the total of how much I will be paying, right? And then from here I can select checkout securely. I will not right now just because it will show a lot of information, right, like credit card and all that. So that is how you shop within a Shopify store. Right now there is another option, right, when you're shopping, right? So oh yes, another thing before we go to the next step is that once you complete the checkout process of the store that's being hosted on Shopify, right, you will get an email confirmation. That email confirmation is like a receipt, right, is where you'll be able to see what was purchased, right, and then you'll also get a delivery confirmation of your tracking information as well once it's shipped out as well. So something to take into account right there. All right. So the next thing is that you have other buying options when it comes to shopping on Shopify stores. Another option is you can use the Shop app as well. So the Shop app, think about it like a directory of products that's being sold from other Shopify stores as well. So you could look into a lot of different products here that are just really, really cool, interesting, right, that you might not have think about, right? So again, this is just another option right here. And then once you're happy with the product, right, just like the Gymshark one, you can select a product and then you can securely check out as well. Now there is another way to buy on Shopify stores as well, right? And that is by using the buy buttons from certain blogs, right? So I found this example in Google Images, right, of how it might look like, right? So some stores or some creators, right, or some business owners might have personal blogs, right, blogs for their business, right, where they talk about the products that they're selling, right? And so sometimes it'll look something like this, right, where they're talking about, skincare, right, the benefit of skincare, and then at the end they'll have the product at the bottom of the page where it has add to cart, right? And then from there you'll be able to quickly check out from there without having to visit their Shopify store, which is another benefit. Same like if you were shopping on Instagram or TikTok, right? Sometimes if they have their Instagram and TikTok accounts connected to their Shopify stores, you will be able to quickly check out from the Instagram app without having to leave the app for that product. So just important things to remember when you're shopping, when you're shopping with from Shopify stores, right? And that is, most stores you can check out as guest, right? Really awesome, right? There's some stores where you need to create an account, right? Other stores they'll just say continue as guest, right? And that's perfectly okay. Another big thing that you need to remember, right, is once you buy something from a store, so let's say you buy something from Gymshark, right, the purchase is managed by the merchant and not Shopify, right? Even though Shopify is the host of the store, right, Gymshark's being hosted on Shopify, right, Shopify has nothing to do when it comes to your purchase, right? So I used to work at Shopify as a support advisor, right, and I had many customers reach out who bought things from other merchants, right, and they wanted returns and they wanted their money back when it came to like that store, right? And we had to let them know that we don't handle that, right? So they'll have to reach out to the merchant itself for those things. Just something to take into consideration when you're shopping about from different Shopify stores. So that's it for now, and if you have any questions, you can always just comment down below and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have.